Can you sell fan art through print on demand? Hello and welcome to another exciting video on this channel. In this video, I'm going to answer this very important question. If you need a simple answer, the simple answer is no, you cannot do that. Now, if you need a detailed answer, you have to watch this video till the end because in this video, I'll give some reasons why you cannot sell fan art through print on demand. Now, you might ask that there are already people selling fan art through print on demand. Maybe you have seen some examples on Etsy, some examples on Redbubble as well. There are a lot of such examples where people are selling fan art related to movies, TV shows, and also about certain games as well. But in clear words, what I can tell you is that this is simply illegal. You cannot do that. Now, how those people are getting away with it, with that selling, on Etsy and Redbubble mostly. So, in my opinion, they are just lucky. It's just a matter of time when somebody from a particular company or owner of a particular design or characters, the copyrights holders of that design will give them a notice, or or you can say that a copyright infringement notice. So that will be taken down, and they are risking their accounts to be suspended permanently because of this. So now this whole thing seems so simple that you cannot sell fan art through print on demand. But you can say that what if you don't use those same pictures from the movies? For example, the characters, you do not use that from the movies or the games, but you draw your own, you create your own versions of them. Or you can say the similarities from that movies and the characters that you have. What about that? There are a lot of fan art posters you can find on DeviantArt, on other poster websites where people create fan arts for their favorite movies, TV shows, and games. So what I should tell you is that it doesn't matter whether you create it yourself or you get it created from some artist. If the characters or if somehow the quotes that include the particular reference to a particular movie or a show or maybe a video game, you cannot use it. For example, you see if a character has specific name. Let's talk about Game of Thrones. So there are the Dragon Queen, or Jon Snow, or all these type of characters and favorite characters of people. If you draw them yourself, or you get them created by somebody artist, maybe a poster or any kind of artwork, although you are the owner of that particular fan art or the particular poster, you have the rights for that, but you do not have the rights to sell that or to get profit from those, because those characters, the names of those characters, the representation of a particular person in your fan art, you do not own that, because these representations, these characters are actually copyrighted to somebody else. So this is what you should know. Also, you might find that there are a lot of public domain literature that Disney has adopted into their cartoon movies or some live action as well. So what about that? For example, Cinderella and is one of the example, and there are many other cartoon movies in the 60s, 70s where Disney has adopted a lot of public domain literature. So this is the type of thing where it gets kind of tricky. Although the literature is in public domain, the characters are in public domain, but you cannot actually use those characters and create drawings of those characters and sell it on print on demand platforms, especially on other marketplaces where you do not own your own store. For example, you cannot sell that on Etsy or Redbubble or Merch by Amazon or Teespring or Zazzle. So these are type of things where you do not actually own your account, you do not have complete hold of your account, and it is in their hands. They can actually suspend it. And Disney has been known to actually very strict about their characters, about their representation of their movie characters, or the way they draw their characters in their cartoon movies. So at this point what happens is that the way a particular company represents a character, you cannot draw it in that way. This is how it is. For example, that there was this cartoon movie about 7 dwarfs, and the lady, I have forgot about what that was. So the way Disney has drawn those dwarfs in their movie in that particular film, you cannot draw those dwarfs in the same type of shape or same type of appearance that they have in that movie. Another example is that which I have recently, as the Halloween coming up, so I was doing some research designing something. So I decided to design a Frankenstein character, because that is in a public domain, and I wanted to create a design based on that. So I did some research and found out that it is highly risky to create Frankenstein character, although it is public domain. So but you can actually create fan art and do that, but you cannot, it is risky to sell that. It doesn't mean that you cannot sell it, because you can, because it is public domain. But there is a something that is very tricky here, and that is the Universal Pictures rendition of that particular character, because you know that Universal Pictures have a movie about that novel, the Frankenstein, and they have a certain representation of that character Frankenstein in a specific way. They have represented it in a specific way, and that is a very famous way, because that character has bolts in his neck. So if you draw Frankenstein character with those bolts in neck or maybe head, and so it will kind of get the similar type of appearance towards the character that the Universal Pictures has presented. So that will be a copyright violation, although the character itself is a public domain, but the way you presented it is similar to the one that Universal Pictures has. And there are I've searched on the internet and found out that there are cases that those designs were actually taken down because of the similarities between the character and the character of the Universal Pictures movies. So these are the type of things that you have to keep in mind while doing fan art. So this was the thing about selling fan art through print on demand, but there is another thing about it, selling fan art directly to your customers in the form of digital files or in the form of images. In my opinion, that is still illegal to get profit from those creators, but you might not get suspended because you're not selling any product here. So there are a lot of examples here on DeviantArt. If you have never heard about that, you can check that out, that website out, and see there are a lot of fan art, and people are actually selling those fan art towards their customers. Also, there are a lot of artists that get this commissioned work to draw some fan art for somebody who has certain favorite character or a favorite movie or game. So these are type of things are actually happening. At the end of the day, it is I would say that it is risky if you are doing it on print on demand. So because you do not actually own those accounts completely, you do not have the complete rights to that. And if you somehow you get a copyright violation, something that is violating their trade terms and conditions, so you get your account suspended. So it is always better to actually stay away from this type of thing, these type of things. Although it doesn't matter how many examples do you see online through these marketplaces, it doesn't make it right. It doesn't matter how many people are doing it, but still that is illegal. So you should stay away from that type of thing, from fan art type of thing. I have already created a video about copyright violations and explaining something like that, but this was something question that I received. What about the fan art? There are already people selling it, so I wanted to give an answer about that as well. And hopefully I have given some details and explained it in detail. And if you have any questions regarding this, maybe I have missed something, you can ask me in the comments below and let me know what do you think about it. Should people be able to sell fan art through their print on demand services, because they are the creators, they are the artists? Should they be able to do it or not? So let me know that in the comments below. Also, you can join my Facebook group about print on demand, and the link to which you can find in the description below. And if you have found this video to be helpful and you found this video to be useful in your business, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon so that you can be notified about my future videos as well. And thank you for watching.